Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. My name is Saimah and welcome to Saimah's Experience. In this video, I'm going to go over why Turo can potentially be one of the best passive income streams for you in 2022. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I feel so overwhelmed with everything that has gone on in the last 2 years and really just with the pace of how quickly things are changing. And it seems like every single day there's more innovation, there's more stuff moving, and you feel like you need to diversify because just sticking to your 9 to 5 job seems like it's not cutting it, or maybe you're not happy with the company that you're working for. And maybe most important of all, it's just not giving you a sense of meaning or a sense of purpose. And then on top of that, you have this sort of overwhelming feeling of things are quickly changing and you're not really staying up to date with what's happening. So that could give you that sense of like, oh my gosh, maybe I should invest in stocks or crypto or figure out what's going on with Web3 or, what's changing with the internet, what new technology is out there, what new platforms are popping up. And it is a lot. So there is a lot of noise and a lot of change going on. And that's why there is that trend going on right now. And maybe you're finding yourself a part of that they're calling the Great Resignation, right? Where people are no longer afraid to leave their jobs and pursue something that is more meaningful, something that isn't just sitting behind a desk and doing some robotic, mundane work and that isn't fulfilling you on a day-to-day basis. So now that has you thinking, okay, new year coming up, what do I do? What do I get my hands into? Maybe you want to start a business, which I think is one of the best things you can do, but you're not quite sure what business to start yet or how to even start a business. That is a hard thing to do and you got to start somewhere, right? So I think that starting Turo is a great way to just get your feet wet with starting a business, just kind of generally speaking, and also for creating a source of passive income to get a feel for what it's like to have a business. And there is such an easy point of entry right now to start with Turo because so many of you, just like my sisters and my family members, have been moved permanently to work from home. So you're permanently remote work. Maybe your offices have closed down, or maybe you're work from home till, the end of next year, or there is just no end in sight right now. And so you have this newfound flexibility of being at home and kind of using your imagination to think about what else is it that you can do. Now you have this car that is a cost center for you. Maybe you're making payments on it, or at the very least, you're still paying insurance on it. And this car that you used to utilize on a daily basis to commute now just sort of sits there on your driveway, especially Monday through Friday as you work your job. So what can you do to take that vehicle that is a cost center for you now and turn it into a productive asset that generates revenue for you? This is why I think that Turo is going to be such an amazing passive income stream in 2022 for so many people because they're gonna start realizing that. Now, the most important thing about making Turo a passive income source is setting it up correctly from the get-go. Now, take it from somebody who has literally learned this the hard way. I have been doing Turo now for almost 7 years. I've hosted thousands of trips. I've had a countless number of cars. So I have made all the mistakes to where I have spent day and night working on my cars. And now I virtually spend no time because I've automated a lot of it. So in order to have this be a passive income stream and a passive business, you really have to have the proper foundations and structure from the get-go. So number one, you want to get your feet wet with a car that you already have. Take that cost away and turn it into a revenue generating asset. So take the car that's on your driveway, get it spruced up. If it needs to get an oil change, maybe you need to get a few scrapes or dents or scratches cleaned, get it washed and detailed, get it all nice and pretty, ready to present to the platform. Now, last week, I actually made a video on the beginner's guide to starting on Turo. You can click this card up here below and it's going to take you to that. So if you're new to this, it's going to walk you through it step by step, exactly as I started my business. So it's going to give you a look inside of that. Now, the number two most important thing that you can do is make sure you have remote access to your cars. I have literally stopped buying any cars that I cannot remotely access. So what the heck do I mean by that? These days, many manufacturers come with a built-in application that you can download on your phone, and that app allows you to remotely access your cars. For example, I have a Corvette C7 and I have the My Chevrolet app, which allows me to remotely lock and unlock that car and also track the vehicle at any given time. And I absolutely love that, because what that allows me to do is it doesn't block up my schedule should I have a Turo rental at an odd time of the day, or if I'm busy, or if I have plans. I can leave the car, I can leave the key in it, and I can do a contactless handoff to where I verify somebody's driver's license, and once they get there, it's as easy as just unlocking it from your phone. So this is the main thing that is going to free up your time. And my advice would be to literally not get into a vehicle that does not have that type of capability, because it's just going to make your life so much easier. Now, these days, there are a ton of brands that already offer it, and it seems like as time goes on, this is really becoming a standard. And for most of these brands, it is often free. So some brands that I can think of off the top of my head, and if you're a host and you know of any that I'm not mentioning, definitely drop a comment down below. So I know Chevrolet does it, I know BMW does it, Mercedes-Benz, I believe Ford, VW, Audi, Tesla, Porsche as well on some models. So there's just a ton of them. These are only the ones that I'm familiar with because I've had these cars, but I know that there are many more that are on this list. All you have to do is go online, do a quick Google search to see if it exists, or you can call into a dealership and they will typically know as well. Now, the most important thing about having passive income, or the fundamental rule for having passive income, rather, I should say, is that you want to use as little of your time and bring in as much money as possible. So you don't want to trade your time for labor, right? Because that is a cost center. Your time is very, very valuable. Think of it like this. If you can get your vehicle to make money for you and at the same time focus on other ideas and other revenue generating activities, it leverages your abilities, right? And that will then have a compounding effect, allowing you to earn much more money. So that is extremely valuable. So the number three thing that you really need to do when listing your car on Turo and making sure that it maintains a passive income source is you leveraging mobile services. Now, this is something that has really just grown in the last 2 years, at least from the way that I've seen it. And it has really been life-changing for my business. I have literally freed up majority of my time because I use mobile services. A couple weeks ago, I put up a video talking about how you can utilize 2 to 4 hours of your time to make at least $1,000 a month. And that is literally based off of my own math and my own life. So you want to check that out. You can click this video link up here and it's going to walk you through it, because it's literally a mathematical equation for how much time you put into a vehicle and the potential that it has to earn. I love mobile services because they come to you and you don't have to waste any time going to body shops or your dealership and then Ubering back or getting a loaner and just kind of wasting a day in the back and forthness of, dropping off cars and getting them repaired. Since the pandemic happened, there have been so many businesses that have gotten rid of their brick and mortar stores because there was just such an high overhead cost of having a brick and mortar location that they took their services mobile. So meaning they will come to you, and the beauty of it from what I've seen is that they actually don't even charge premium. So you are paying very fair market rates for these services, because these business owners are now saving so much money from having that physical location overhead that they once used to have, and it's absolutely awesome. So there is a whole range of mobile services that you can actually get, and they will literally come to your house on your driveway and get everything done. So ones that I've used more recently is like rim repair. which is probably the most common damage that you will see happen on Turo. And it's so nice that they'll come to your house because you don't have to drop your car off and arrange for transportation, which typically ends up taking a couple of days for a repair. And these mobile room repair services will literally take 2 hours and have your car done. And it is such a time saving. It also deters you from having any downtime and pulling away from your revenue generating days on Turo. You can do mobile room repair, you can do mobile bumper repair. Again, a job that only takes 2 to 3 hours, and they do a great job. You can do mobile mechanic services. I mean, the possibilities are really endless. There are already really some popular mobile services that many of us have utilized in the past, which is like windshield repair. So just think of that, but it has really expanded, and you can do simple things like go on Yelp, search in your area, and you will be blown away by how many options pop up. So those are my 3 main tips to running and starting your business on Turo as a passive business and have it be a passive source of income. So you want to make sure that you set the foundations correctly, because if you do that, you are then in turn going to have a great hosting experience. You're going to maximize the amount of revenue that you make, and it's going to encourage and motivate you to want to expand your business and add on multiple cars, because you're going to feel like you can grasp it and you can handle it. And that is the key to growing and growing efficiently. And most importantly, when you have growth, you want it to be profitable growth and not growth that is actually going to cost you more money. And real quick, I forgot to mention probably the most important mobile service, which is mobile washes. So every time you turn that car over for a Turo rental, you want to make sure that's nice and clean. And there are so many mobile wash services where they will come to your house, and for a small fee, they will clean your car, wash it, and make sure it's ready to go. So it is absolutely amazing, just the transformation in mobile services that we've seen in the last 2 years. Now, like I mentioned, things are crazy these days. And I think that, if there was ever a time for you to get started on any business, doesn't have to be Turo, it could be anything. Now is really the time. Things are changing faster than we've ever seen it. And so you really have to put a pep in your step and get at it, because you don't want to get left behind, or you don't want to end up in a situation to where decisions are then made for you and you no longer have the choice or the option. That is very, very important. If you want to learn more about how to start a Turo business, you can check out my website, powerhost.club. I am running a holiday special, and you can use promo code HOLIDAY20 to get 20% off of your Turo course. But I literally condense almost 7 years of experience down into one easy to understand course. And it's going to tell you exactly how to start your business, how to set it up, and how to operate it efficiently and profitably. All right, you guys, I am wishing you all a wonderful holiday season. Thank you so much for tuning. Once again, check out powerhost.club. The promo code is down in the description below, and I look forward to talking to you guys in the comments section. Take care, guys. Bye.